So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Mr. Patterson at Westbury-on-Trim Academy in Bristol.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Westbury-on-Trim School. I'm Mr. Patterson, and more importantly, welcome to Clean Air Day. Now, I'm going to do probably just a 10-minute presentation with the help of the wonderful 2WP, and maybe you can follow along with me. So if your teachers or children at home, if you want to pause the video at any time to talk about anything or play the game with us, feel free to pause it. Okay. As I said, this is Clean Air Day. And this is our chance to try and make this the cleanest air day that we've had in years. Okay. My first question is, what is air pollution? Now, I'm going to ask this to my wonderful 2WP. Who can be brave and tell me what air pollution is? Belarus.
Air pollution means there's air in the air and then it comes down to you and you have air pollution in your house.
Oh, really interesting. You've touched on something really nicely there about being inside the house, and definitely something about air. Jamal, what do you think? Interesting idea. Smoking, possibly. These are just ideas. Daisy?
Because the air just floats around and you can't really see it because it's invisible.
That is fantastic. We're going to come back to that later. We can't really see what's around us. Daniel?
It's like, because the sky is blue, you can't really see it, but you can see a little tiny
Interesting.
bit.
Now, I'm going to highlight one word, pollution. I'm sure the children at home have heard the word pollution. Like 2WP, have we heard the word pollution before?
Yes.
But we don't usually think of pollution in the air. Let's carry on. Okay. Now, air pollution is in the air, hands down, that we breathe. These are particles and gases that go into our body and they can damage our health. So it's a little bit scary, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Any amount of pollution can be damaging to our health, but the more air pollution that goes into our body, the more dangerous it can become. It can't kill you straight away, but it's definitely not good for you. Now, we're going to come into what it can do to you, but don't worry too much because, Ollie, we can make a change. The good thing is we are learning now today how to make a change. Air pollution is lots of tiny, tiny particles that are in the air. It's so tiny, if I look here at Jovin's hair, just one little wisp of hair, it's smaller than the width of that hair. So we can't see it. We can't see air pollution. While if there's litter in the ocean, we can usually see that and we can take it out. Okay. Where does it come from? Ooh. Where do we think air pollution might come from? Jamal said possibly smoking. Yeah, Zoe. Could come from the sky, yeah.
When you're having a fight,
Definitely could come from fires. No.
When you're breathing in or out, air can come in.
Yeah, you're right. Air comes in and out of our mouth. That's not really where the air pollution comes from, but you're right. Poppy. You're right. You are onto the right idea. Hands down. Let's give you some ideas. Now, air pollution comes from lots of different things. It can come from industries, it can come from farming, it can come from burning coals and woods in our house and outside. But the most damaging air pollution is actually cars and vehicles. The gases and the oils that are burnt. It's okay because we're going to learn about this now. The gases and the oils that are burnt in cars creates the air pollution that comes up into the air. And that is what is making it a little bit dangerous for us. I reckon we can come up with some good ideas to possibly not use cars as much. Hands down, hands down, hands down. We'll come to them in a second. I just wanted to tell you, these are some of the dangerous things that can happen from air pollution. Now, although this isn't really dangerous to us right now, over a long long, long time, it can become a little bit dangerous. It can damage our lungs. Can you put your hands on your lungs? If you're at home, can you put your hands on your lungs? Now, can you take one big breath in and one big breath out? Now, that was easy, and I'm sure at home you found that easy. But if there's lots of air pollution around, it can actually damage some people's lungs. So when they breathe in, it can be a little bit more tricky. Possibly a little bit like Darth Vader. If we think about Darth Vader, he breathes a little, and he finds it a little bit harder to breathe. He's been exposed to a lot of air pollution. Just waiting. It also can cause asthma. Now, maybe when you've seen some children with or adults with inhalers, they need a little bit of help to breathe. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Or breathing air pollution can impact your heart, and it can cause health problems on your heart. But this is the main thing. We can fix this. Okay, we're going to play a little game. It's going to be a sitting down game, and you can play this at home. Just pause the video if you need to. Give yourself a second. We're going to play head, shoulders, knees. What's next, usually? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, but we're not going to do the toes. If you think this is a reason for air pollution, like the cars or the farming, you put your hands on your head. So if I say cars, put your hands on your head, because we know that causes air pollution. That's a source. If it's an effect, so if this is what happens to your body, can we put our hands on our shoulders? So bad lungs, hands on your shoulders. If it's a solution, we can fix it. If you think that's going to help fix air pollution, hands on your knees. Get ready. Here we go. Ollie. Cars. Making asthma symptoms worse. Yeah, you're right, that's a health effect.
What's a health effect?
That means something that's bad for us. Now, this is a tricky one, because I'm going to read it. It says, avoid heavy traffic. So don't go in heavy traffic. Does anyone want to change their ideas? Hands on knees, because that fixes it. When we're in heavy traffic all the time, there's lots of gases that come into the air, so we want to try and not go near heavy traffic. You are on the ball. I wonder if you're getting these right at home as well. Burning wood and coal at home. Yeah, 2WP, superstars, vans. Heads, well done. Cycling or walking? I wonder how many children at home try and cycle or walk to school. Hands up if you cycle or walk to school.
I walk to school.
Oh, just waiting. Ollie, I'm just waiting. Thank you. Okay. Well done. Now it impacts your heart. What do we think? Do we think head? Do we think shoulders? Or do we think knees? So this is an effect. It makes our heart. Yes, you're exactly right, Amy. Well done. Oh, strong smelling sprays and toiletries. Strong smelling sprays. There we go. In 1 minute. Okay. There we go. Ooh. Open windows when cooking and cleaning. Open windows. Actually, we do want to open our windows. We do, so that's a hands on knees. You are right, we do want to open our windows to let all the gases out. Yeah? We don't want to keep it in the house, because then it'll be all around us. Walk instead of driving.
That's a solution.
Solution, you are right. I wonder if at home you've got that. We have a few more. Have an electric car.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good. It's good.
Electric car.
No, it's not good.
No, electric car, you are right. It's definitely a good thing, because we're not burning any of our oils or gases. Just like Tesla, Jamal. 3, 2, 1. This one says leaving the engine running. Do we want to leave the engine running? Can you all show me you turning the engine off? At home, can you show me turning the engine off? There we go. Good, because we want to turn it off. Strong smelling cleaning products. No, it's not a good thing. It's
Terrible.
This one, if you're coughing a lot.
It's the shoulders.
It's an effect, you're right. It's
It's
a health
because
effect.
the
Because it can make you cough a lot.
Because the coronavirus will
Damage
go on
lungs,
you.
damage our lungs. Well done, 2WP.
That's never happened to us.
This one's a little bit different. I struggled a little bit with this one. Take quiet routes and don't go on only main
That's
roads.
a solution.
Yes, you're right. Solution.
I knew that straight away.
Okay. Now this is what you can do. And at home, this is what you can do to help fix, to help clean up our air. This is what you and your family can do. You could walk, cycle or scoot if you can. Maybe if you can't, you could take public transport so we're not all driving cars.
I do.
You could discover the side streets. You could possibly think about getting an electric car or a hybrid. A hybrid is electric and
Yeah.
oil, so then at least you've got a little bit of investing. Just waiting. This one, don't idle. You've shown me this one. Turn off your engine. Now this is for indoor air pollution because there's outdoor and there's indoor. Now the indoor, we can open the windows. Can you show me opening the windows? There we go. And ready? We've got use fragrance free. That means when we use cleaning products, we don't use lots of smelly ones. We use ones that don't have any smell. And ask your parents to only burn dry, well-seasoned wood to make smokeless fuel. Now, I wanted to say a huge thank you to all of 2WP and everyone at home for joining us today. A big thank you to Global Action Plan, who is working really hard to help clean up our air, and the Environmental Agency, who are a partnership to create this presentation. Good luck for the rest of the day. We are going to do some of the activities. Please use the links to try and find some of the activities that you can do with your class at home, and let's make our air clean. Can you say, let's make our air clean?
Let's make our air clean!
Yeah!